stories do we start with today? Got so many stories. All right, first story of the day. We should switch it up. Boo, boo, boo. I don't know if you guys saw this. Elon Musk created a poll. Elon Musk has been in the stories a lot lately, last few weeks, so he'll probably continue to be in the stories every week we do this. He's just killing it. My man literally did a poll on whether or not he should step down as the CEO of Twitter. And drum roll, the results came back. Everyone, a resounding 57.5% of people said, yes, step down. And he obviously said, I will resign as CEO as soon as I found someone foolish enough to take the job. After that, I will just run software and server team. So he's going to be chief engineering officer and not chief executive officer, it seems. It's kind of crazy that he actually put this to a poll. The results do not surprise me a bit. The post follow from this was someone I saw said, you know, you shouldn't leave this to a poll. And next time, if you do it to a poll, only people who have verified accounts and pay for Twitter should be allowed to vote because they have skin in the game, which I thought was fair. Although that means you're totally ostracizing and leaving out a big chunk of your friggin' supporters. So I don't know how well that works overall, but Elon's whole I'm gonna take over Twitter, make it free speech shtick just hasn't stuck, man. And I don't think anyone's really buying it except Elon stands. Everyone else is like, bro, you're changing these rules ad hoc. You're really running this company kind of just like at the whim of, hey, maybe this should work, maybe that would work. And some people are praising that, like he's act first, think later type CEO. We need more of you guys. I don't know if it's paying out for Elon, but Elon has this weird savior complex, it seems. Remember when last week we saw the video where it was kind of like him walking on stage with Chappelle and it just not going well? It really seems like this guy really, really, really wants us to love him and it's just not working. You know, they had the whole, he said, I'm going to let the Elon Jet Twitter account fly, literally. And then a little while later, he's like, well, they're live doxing. Get rid of it. I'm suing him now, too. It's the wildest thing. And then he started banning journalist accounts. If they wrote articles, if they linked to articles that mentioned Elon's jet and linked to the website or something, or linked to the account, he just banned those accounts, saying, well, they're doxing by proxy. What else? Elon's been doing a whole lot of shit this week just with Twitter, right? It's just kind of like, they changed policy so that if you're using your account to promote your Instagram account, your Mastodon account, I guess, came down into it, or any of those accounts, he was just like, nope, not having it. Those accounts are going to be suspended. And then it kind of came out, well, if that account's sole purpose is just promote those links, he's getting rid of them. He's treating those like bot accounts. So Elon has been in the news for a lot of different things on Twitter recently, and all of them, and then they undid that policy. They took it back. So it's just the wildest little shtick going with this stuff. So will he find another seat? Like, Twitter was dying on, like, it was bleeding money and runway before Elon came on board. Doesn't surprise me in the slightest that it would be doing it worse now. But it's a wild thing, man. I feel like they gotta figure out what to do. And no matter what happens from this point on, it's always gonna be Elon who takes the blame for it. And he has been kind of just burning the shit to the ground with the way he's been running it. Hold on, let me just check video something right now. Yeah, why is this thing struggling? Low-key makes no sense. Let's just get rid of some things here. Photoshop being open probably doesn't help. Oh, Elon. So we'll see what happens with Elon. And now I know Tesla owners are getting really frustrated with Elon because they think he's more focused on Twitter than he is Tesla. And that stock is just like tanking, which, again, it's all tech stocks in general, and even car manufacturing stocks are taking a plunge. But Elon being Elon, he's getting shit on a lot more than everyone else. Ooh, the penalty kick is the rock, paper, scissors of sports. Bill Burr tweeting this on Sunday. This was basically basically talking about the World Cup. Friggin' crazy game, man. Hopefully you guys all got a chance to see it. I saw big chunks of it, more than I did normally. Fucking insane game. Obviously, Argentina taking home the win. World champs, Messi, undisputed GOAT. Unless you're a Ronaldo fan, in which case there's still question marks, I guess, for you. But it was interesting, right? Because they tied it up in regular time. They go 3-3. Or was... They score, it was 2-2, then they both get 3-3 in extra time. And then after that, all that time just dies and we go to penalty kicks. And so is the penalty kick the rock, paper, scissors of sports? It kind of low-key is, because the goalies literally have no time to react. They got to pick one and they go left, one goes right, and then the shooter, they guess. Each side's just outguessing the other. It's like, I'm going to go left, you go right. And if you happen to like block it, you win. Yeah, it is very much the rock, paper, scissors sports. What's up, PSG? Get that thing. You tell me, man. How are you? How's your day going today? But yeah, it's kind of wild. Did you see the game? It was a great game. I think Argentina goalie just got lucky more times than the PSG goalie. He stopped 2 of them. It's like the ending of the Super Bowl with a field goal kickoff. Yeah, the field goal kickoff is dumb as hell too, if not more so. This thread is the embodiment of Americans explaining to the rest of the world, literally every other country, how to play their own sport. Please stick to the hot dog eating contest. We are fine with the penalty kick. FIFA, yeah, pretty cool game. Probably one of the best World Cups. I mean, I've only seen like 8 of them. They happen every 24 years. Yeah, so I've seen about 8 of them. This was the most memorable. The other one that's memorable is when Zidane, how do you say his name? Zidane, I think, right? When he head-butted the other guy. I remember watching that one. His chat. Yeah, it looks okay. But yeah, game was wild. Should they go to like golden goal instead of just penalty kicks? Although I honestly don't. At that point, I feel like you just gotta go penalty kicks. Like, how long do you play till it's just like a golden goals be cool? Like, I like hockey's playoffs where they just keep playing until you get that one goal. Overtime goals. I'm a bigger fan of overtime goals overall. Bring back the golden goal. But the penalty kick itself is kind of stressful. I guess they're just like, yeah, we need this thing to end at this time. Otherwise, this shit could go on forever, because soccer is not the most high scoring of games. I guess neither is hockey, but wild. And low-key, I think I'm amazing at rock, paper, scissors. I feel like there's actual competitions for rock, paper, scissors. Messi has completed international football king. They actually crowned him the Qatar king. Is he the Qatar king? Qatar royalty? He gave him like the warrior's robe for his performance. Finally robbed for a thief. FIFA, we won't forget this tournament. Copa America played 4 times in 5 years, so a certain player can win it. Argentina awarded the most penalties in the history of World Cup, so a certain player can win it. Football is ruined. Look, man. Ronaldo fans, they ain't showing much love here. I feel like Ronaldo fans are always going to be a little bit angry. And they just photoshopped Ronaldo out of this picture. The GOAT debate was over way back in 2012. If you watched him play, this is just a crown he rightfully deserved. I never really had a stake in the crown debate. I'm not that big of a soccer fan, but seems like this was the one thing everyone said Messi just didn't have. I don't know if Ronaldo has a friggin' World Cup, but it seems like this solidified that argument. And obviously, you guys probably all saw this. The bus driver for the Argentinian team was wearing a nice blue bug to match. I wonder if he knew he was going with Argentina and that's why he tied that color. Can't be coincidental. Seeing driver, again, unequivocal evidence Messi is being driven on by higher forces. Literally, game is done. That was a cool little connection to Punjabis. I dig it, man. I think we already talked about this. This was Elon Musk talking about blocking What is this? Elon Musk's new policy preventing linking to committers. Oh, yeah, I remember they said that this whole linking thing was illegal in Europe, and that the European Commission would actually start charging them. And maybe that's why they actually went edit undo so quick. It had little or nothing to do with, you know, the feedback and uproar he got from locals. But yeah, it's kind of one of those things where he's really not taking the time to understand what his policy changes are. He's just making them and then they're blowing up in his face. Which kind of sucks, but it is what it is, man. Elon, learn your ways. You guys see this story? So this thing right here. Hold on, I'm gonna try open up this. I'm gonna get the other thing open. Let's look it up. Toronto gas station merger. No, Brampton. Alright, so this is what it's all related to. Pawanpreet Kaur. Here we go. What's a good news site? I guess the Globe one was the best one. It was all related to this story. So suspect on foot. Suspect was on foot, biking area hours before a woman killed at Mississauga gas station. Suspect in the fatal shooting of a 21-year-old Mississauga gas station employee late Saturday was on foot riding a bicycle. Brampton resident Pawanpreet Kaur was shot and killed around 10:40 p.m. Saturday at a gas station in the area of Credit View and Britannia Road, so Mississauga, not Brampton. Which is kind of sad, man. She's just out here working late at night at a gas station. Some guy comes in and then shoots her up multiple times. Do we need to get stricter on guns? Like, how the hell that guy got a gun so easy? It wasn't legal, that's for sure. And that's the bike that they found. And then Leach added that there were several cars in the lineup for the car wash at the gas station in the drive-thru in the nearby Kentucky Fried Chicken around the time of the incident. So they're asking for anyone who saw that. It's that hard to get a gun, man. Or are you saying it's not that hard? I feel like it's still costly. I don't know. I've never really tried to buy a gun. You could cross the border, buy one, and sneak it in. Yeah, but I feel like the only place I heard of getting guns is you could. Yeah, what were they? People were saying that one of the big sources of gun crime, not gun crime, but illegal guns that come in through the border were through reservations. There's some shady reservations, and people were bringing them through there because I guess the border checks there were a little lax, but yeah, I don't know. I've never really tried to bring a gun over. My luck with the U.S.-Canada border is I almost always get pulled over. I wouldn't try risking it for myself. And I can't imagine that you'd be able to get a legal gun that easy. Or like buy a gun in the States and bring it over. Because then you're getting flagged on your passport thing if you bought it legally there. I feel like you'd have to find shady people who could sell you a gun. I don't know how much that would cost. But anyways. So she gets shot up. I was like, what the fuck? Who would a 21-year-old new immigrant piss off that bad that they would come and shoot her up? Right? Like, what drug dealer would she have pissed off to do this? And it just kind of boggled my mind. Like, man, was this just like random? Was it targeted? It felt targeted, but why? None of it really made sense. And this man right here, on TikTok of all places, he breaks it down. Jaden Singh 126 on TikTok breaks down what's going on. Check this out. What he's saying is, she's married. She was married in India, And we have all his socials and stuff, and we ain't gonna blame him. Okay, they both apply for visas. They both, without any evidence. I mean, this guy, I'm telling you, Punjabi is just straight up there like, let me tell you the story. This guy, I wonder if, like, he wanted people to follow him. Hashtag Charan Singh 126. This guy's got it down. Basically, girl and guy applied for immigration. Guy got rejected. She didn't. She came here, had to make money. Ain't that called, I don't know, slander? It's only slander if he's... I guess it is slander to a degree. Unless they prove his... I mean, if you can prove that what he's saying is real, then it's not really slander. But she's like, dead. So she ain't going to be suing him. Will her family be suing him? I mean, if these are incorrect facts, they sure could. So she's working part-time at a gas station, but she has very high expensive taste. Even if you ain't making money, you want them Gucci's. So she found a dude who drives a truck. Well, they arrested the person. They said they arrested the person. So I'm sure they'll be able to confirm or deny the story. So they're saying she linked up with a local now, leaving her husband there, but needing someone here to help her take care of costs. She linked up with this lad who drives truck. So now we want to know what the twist of the story is, this love affair. And she said it came from her husband's brother, who was in Toronto. That's all. So her brother-in-law goes on Bussy's show and says... Hold on. That twist we got to go back on. So the brother-in-law... Hold on. I need to know the name. Tell us the twist. I like how they called Bussy an agent. This guy's got receipts with the dates. So now Pawanpreet pressed charges against some guy. I like how the color commentary this guy's throwing on it. Look at this. So how'd her current wife find out? She left her car. He saw the phone. And then he saw the photos. Her mom said, yo, I'm down. But she didn't tell him about her other husband. Shady ass mother. She got around. I like how there's a Mustang in the story. This guy's a great storyteller, man. He basically like, yo, she was getting around and she was breaking hearts. My mom was talking about this legit last week. Yeah, so they're just like, yo, this girl had a few people that she had helping her cover her expensive tastes. And once they realized who was who, they just weren't having it. Fucking breaking news on TikTok. I'm sure the friggin' police guys were sitting there watching this like, yo, can someone translate this shit? All right, let's go pick them up. Case closed. I don't know if they have case closed, but man, you gotta feel bad for her husband stuck in Punjab. Just like, did he like, man, you probably feel bad for her too, getting shot up. That sucks. But wild times, man. You gotta be careful out there. It's a wild story, man. I just like the fact that this is all being broken on TikTok. Look at that, 1,071 comments. This thing got shared more times than it got commented on. 8,000 people shared this freaking TikTok. Police to pilay ta case to solve kar deta. I'm telling you, man. So sad, bro. Right, G. I love the comments. 100% right. This Sham 3 is leaked, guys. Right, we're je Canadian born we same nahi hunde. Oh man, wild. Wild ass story, man. Fuck. Yeah, see this thing? I don't know if you saw this thing. So this guy, let's just play the clip. Play the clip. Bummer. Bucket of bummer. Man, I think everyone's seen this story. What are your thoughts on the story? I'm curious. What are your thoughts on the story, man? My thoughts were like, look, I don't know what the backstory between him and this chatter is, but if you're able to talk to your chat in this way and your chat keeps coming back to you, then your chat has, you know, a culture that you're keeping alive. That this is the culture that you set for your chat, where you could be asshole to them and they keep coming back. If that's the culture of your chat, that's the culture of your chat. I don't know what to say about it. It's not the culture I would want to foster, but, you know, it's who he is. To be honest, there are people pull up talking about being suicidal or someone died. Yeah, I mean, I feel like, obviously, I'm not at that stage, but in bigger streams, you get way more chatters and you get a lot more people talking to you. And they have this whole culture of trauma dumping where they talk, you know, like, don't put streamers in an awkward position of trying to be your counselor. But at the same time, I think we can all agree that there's better ways to handle this stuff. And this guy was just like, straight up. He's just saying, straight up, do not talk about this in my chat. I think the way he went about it, everyone agrees, is the bad way to do it. And obviously this guy gets fucking roasted, gets chewed up, eaten alive. Nothing left to his name. But my guy being this guy, what's he do? Goes back on stream and says, check this out. I treated her like shit because I don't like her. This guy just straight up leaned into the heel. He's like, fuck her and fuck y'all. He just went full on heel. He's on winter vacation, and I was like looking at his Twitter stats. This guy or his Twitch stats, his followers, subs all kind of went up after this video, after the notoriety. I had no idea who this guy was, but now I probably still won't know it after a week. But yeah, I mean, look, I don't know their situation fully, so I'm not going to totally just shit on this guy. I think the worst thing he did was he just handled it poorly. He didn't, like, you know, he wasn't as nice about it. But at the same time, he probably has a culture in his channel, in his stream, where he's this guy. That's who he is. This is his character. And if the people watching him are down with it, they're going to be down with it. The fact that a lot of people on Twitter came and are like, oh, this guy should be deplatformed. There's no reason he should. I mean, listen, if after all that and the people who fuck with him still fuck with him, then they fuck with him. End of story, right? They know who he is, and if they're good with it, they're good with it. There's really no, we need to deplatform him type bullshit. But I was kind of impressed that this guy just went and he leaned into the heel. He was like, y'all don't like me? Well, fuck you and fuck her. Straight heel. And there's something about leaning into the heel role that I kind of respect. You know what I mean? This is the best thing that ever happened to this dude. Yeah. I mean, he's totally milking it, so fucking milk it, I guess. But there's something to be said when you just like lean into that heel role. Like, everyone hates me? Well, fuck it. I'm gonna be the bad guy. Crazy things, man. I don't know how I'd respond in a situation like that. Depending on who it was, I would each situation differently. If some random never chatted in the chat before, first thing they did was say, oh shit, man, my mom's died. I'm like, oh man, that sucks. Hopefully me gaming will bring you some sort of cheer, but kind of fucked up that streamers got to deal with this kind of shit. But there is something to be said where if you come and trying to maintain a certain energy in your thing and someone's just murdering it, no one wants that either, right? But it's also like the difference between small streamers and big streamers. You know, people always look at Tim the Tap Man when someone goes and he's like, hey, thank you for $50. Saw your parents passed. Hope you do better. Thanks again for the $50. And you're kind of like, okay, well, he was nice about it, but how sincere is it? But I don't know, man. There's better ways to handle it for sure. He did not go about handling it the nice way. But fucking guys, well, just lean into the heel, which I can give a nod to that. I was curious about this one. I posted this on TikTok today. And I posted it on YouTube. I don't know if you saw that, the YouTube short. Did not get any love, though. I'm not even mad at that, man. I think what she did was dope. And I think it doesn't make sense to me why people think what she did was bad. So I don't know if I'm just missing something here, right? Basically what happened was someone showed up into her stream, paid $1 to donate to get a TTS message or get her to read the message, which was, hey, you're a cheater. Fuck you. And she's like, hey, I don't know if you know this, but when you donate to me, I see your full name. It's on the receipt. And she said the guy's name out, you know? Like the guy's name was like Dad Booty something. And she's like, all right, Dad Booty something. I think this is your real name. She popped the real name and people are like, no, Nadia, you doxed him. You doxed. Man, first off, if you're that kind of lame that you're jumping on the internet to talk shit to people, not even talk shit to people. If you're jumping on the internet and paying money to talk shit to people, and then you're getting mad that they're clapping back, man. I don't know. Like, what am I missing here? I feel like I'm missing something, but I don't think that's doxing. You voluntarily gave them money with your name and information on it. And they're just saying, this is who donated. Thank you. Stop giving them your information. You gave them that information, and she's just saying what she's saying, right? I don't think, could lead to some pretty crazy stuff. That's, again, where's the onus on the person doing the shit talking? Why is there no onus on their responsibility in this? If you do dumb shit on the internet, there's definitely going to be there's going to be consequences for you. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just feel like we're putting the responsibility on her and not the friggin' troll. That's where I think it's fucked up. And I've always been a big fan of, or a big proponent of, you know, you do dumb shit, you alone face the consequences of your dumb shit. So if I'm talking shit to someone, I'm gonna face the consequences of me talking shit. And I think everyone, but maybe this gets all into that whole Chris Brown, Will Smith slapping stuff. Because some people are like, yo, look, as a big streamer or as a streamer, you are a punching bag. If someone wants to come in your chat and talk shit to you, you know, there's a certain level of freedom that they have there. And your proper responses are to ban the person, but not to clap back at them. Which, I don't know, man. I feel like you should be allowed to clap back. Like, yeah, but the consequences aren't proportionate when it's a bigger stream. But what are the consequences that would come to that guy for talking shit? Let's be real here. Is the fear that her fans are gonna go hunt him down and try to like get physical with him? Like, what is? If I went online right now and I was to like cuss out, you know, Beyonce. Beyonce is one of the bigger stars. I would say some stupid shit against Beyonce or Jay-Z. Bigger stars than Nadia by far. Under my real name. Would my consequence then be to fear that some, you know, and Beyonce calls you out? Okay, so Beyonce called me out, gave me the attention that I was seeking, right? Saying my full name, because I'm going to keep it simple. I was saying it under. And now I'm saying my boss is a Beyonce fan. Is like, well, I don't trust your character. I feel like that they're in the right to say that. There's. Everyone you know will see you in a different way. But that's who I am. Isn't that who I am now? I'm the person who did do that. So them seeing me in a different way. I mean, if I got fired over that, then I have a legal case because that's illegal, right? But now if they're saying, well, this shows your character for doing something and for saying some shit, depending on what I'm saying, yeah, maybe that goes against my employment contract. See, we could go to the extreme. What if you get stabbed by a crazy Beyonce fan? But then there would be some... See, that's this. When people go to this extreme of what if you get stabbed by a crazy Beyonce fan, I don't think there's going to be a Beyonce fan coming to stab me. And again, at that point, it's kind of like, well, then why am I talking shit if I think her fan base is that crazy? Why am I being a dumbass talking shit like that to someone who would potentially, you know, like, where's my responsibility in all this? I just don't get where's my responsibility as a person talking shit. Why is the responsibility, or why is that onus on them and not me? If I'm being a dick, and I guess this is where I totally just like don't understand. But why is the onus not on me of, well, you know, you fuck around, you find out. And here I am fucking around. Like, it's kind of why I've always try to use my real name as much as possible, because it kind of makes you a little bit more mindful of that. Of, look, I'm using my name. My name's out there. I got to be a little more careful. Whereas I feel like when people do get, with great power comes great responsibility. But she didn't tell people to go after him. She just called him out saying, look, this is who you are. Stop hiding behind your name when you're talking shit. I don't know. I have this weird thing where I don't like it when people talk shit behind aliases, or if you're going to talk shit, if you're going to say something, anything, and I tell my friends this all the time because sometimes they'll be like, they'll want to take shots at someone but not do it. I'm like, look, if you feel some ways, man, that troll doesn't have power versus she does. I guess where I kind of disagree is I don't see her power. I agree there might be some perceived power there, but, and this is maybe totally where I'm ignorant, is I just don't see her having that kind of power. But I don't know, man. There's definitely power. Millions of people watch you. I mean, thousands, or in her case, hundreds. Many look up to you. Yes, like, I agree. You know, she could get her people to troll him back, make memes of him, you know, really go after him on Twitter. You know, jump on his LinkedIn and leave him negative reviews. Which, yeah, that would fuck him up. But at the same time, then I'm like, kind of like, why are you fighting someone with that kind of power? Why? I mean, I don't know. If you jump in the ring, man, you gotta be ready to get knocked out. That's always been my mentality. I remember there was this old Tupac song. Well, if you're gonna talk shit, get ready to get. If you're stepping in the ring, no one's walking up to Mike Tyson and, you know, running their mouth in real life, because They don't want to get punched in the face. And I don't know. Man. Part of me just, I don't, and this could totally be just the boomer in me. This is just where I'm way too old is. If I'm talking shit to someone, I gotta mentally be ready to get punched in the face by that person. And their audience. And if I'm not willing or wanting it ready to get punched in the face by that person's audience, I ain't saying shit. I don't know. I've always been of that mind state, man. If you don't want to get knocked out, don't step in the fucking ring. And by stepping in the ring, it's talking shit. Even if it's simple as paying a dollar. All right. So let's just agree to disagree. I don't know if we'll be able to see eye to eye on, the whole power dynamic thing. But can we agree that it's kind of a pretty low ball, low testosterone, low beta move, whatever. I don't know how to properly say it, but it's a pussy ass move to, pay money to talk shit in some streams chat instead of just ignoring it. No, we can agree on that. That's a freaking cuck ass move to pay that dollar to. I don't know. I think I'm going to be, and I realize I'm in the minority on this argument, so maybe it's just something I got to come around to accepting that I'm in the wrong here, but I've always and it was always old Tupac lyric, if you don't want to get knocked out, don't step in the motherfucking ring. And it's kind of I guess for fighters, it's well, a professional fighter can't just knock out anyone. They have to go through a full-on screening process, right? It's just consequences are subjective. Yeah. And I mean, sure, if a Nadia fan reacts, shoots up this guy, people would look at Nadia like, this is your fault for saying his name. And I don't know how the courts would find it, but I don't know. Yeah, what someone deserves is subjective, fair enough. So is this guy who's just going in there and calling her a cheater, does he deserve losing his job and having to lose his Twitter account and having those... It's probably never fair when the mob gets sicked on you. And I agree with that. Having the mob sicked on you is not fun and it's not fair if you don't deserve it. Or, again, like you said, proportionate to what you did. Him calling a cheater and then getting a mob's, to attack him. Yeah, you're right. To a certain degree, that's just not fair. But again, I keep coming back down to this. What's his responsibility in this? Was it dumb of him? Does he regret it? And I think some of the streamers were like, well, hate, doesn't matter if it's hate. A dono's a dono, man. But not mob action. Yeah. But, yeah, see, I 100% hear what you're saying, and I agree to it to a degree. But I keep coming back down to what's my role as a troll, my role as a hater? What's my responsibility to bear for hating? Do I get a right to just unapologetically hate and troll and harass someone? And obviously the answer there is no, you don't. But what's your degree there? If you just gotta be the bigger person. If you do something, you're bringing yourself down to that person. Fair enough. This is why I would never go into politics, because it's not even that I have thin skin, but I feel like I would definitely be in more conflict than sometimes I would need be. And I don't know, you guys seen here, man. You guys have seen what happens when I get trolls. Sometimes I do fucking act up and start. I remember the first time I got a troll here, yo, motherfucker, show up in my house, I'll slap you. And I was like, what the fuck am I talking shit for? This dude's gonna show up with 4 of his 12-year-old friends, and I'm gonna slap him, and then what? Then I'm gonna get a case on me, and then they're gonna bring their dad and dad to fight me. I'm an idiot. And then after that, I was like, yo, if you're trolling, just fucking leave me alone. But I don't know. As someone who, I don't know if you ever guys saw the Jay and Silent, was it Jay and Silent Bill or whatever those movies were back in the day? They had this whole thing where they got a list of all the internet trolls who were trolling them, got their real addresses, matched them to their IPs, and they'd walk up to their house, read the comment that guy left, and they'd kick him in the balls or they'd beat the shit out of him. It was one of the greatest movie scenes. I might as well go see if I can find this. Jay and Silent Bob troll. If you haven't seen this scene, this is what I'm talking about. Basically, these guys got a friggin' This movie's back from like the early 2000s, I think. So they pull up. Like, this is what I always envision how you gotta deal with trolls. One of the best. That was a great scene. But yeah. Yeah, we'll agree to disagree on the whole, on the consequences thing. Although I do think you're probably more in the right than I am, because I am definitely in the minority on that. But we can all agree that you gotta be a small cuck to go out and hate on people so publicly and pay money to do it. Do you see this thing? This thing's from yesterday. Peel Regional Police, weapons dangerous, enter Deuside Bramley Road. Reports of 30 males fighting with multiple weapons, multiple parties in custody, multiple weapons recovered. Heavy police presence in the area. Heard it was some high school kids. And the friggin' video was trending all over Twitter yesterday, so I don't feel too bad. This is all over social media at this point, so I'm not breaking news or snitching on them. These guys all friggin' faces covered. Everyone, this is where we've come as a culture now. These guys know that this shit's gonna be recorded. Everyone's rocking that SARS mask. Cover up. And again, I ain't dry snitching on these kids. This shit's already all over Bramley Road and everywhere. But check this out. This is when it gets wild. Right there. Yeah. I couldn't tell if this was a guy or girl, low-key. Which is weird, right? But guy pulls out a friggin' tire iron. Friggin' crowbar right there, man. And low-key, I could tell he didn't want to do damage because he pulled back on that swing. And this is when everyone's like, yo, 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 guys. And this, like, yo, not only does he have a tire iron, this guy has a tire iron. Oh, no, he has a friggin' baton. This seems like some sort of race fight. Two different cultures. This is wild, though. This is, man. I don't know, man. This is wild. It's fucked up, though. That kind of shit happened when I was in high school, and now it's still happening. We haven't progressed at all. I'm wondering where your luggage is. This is freaking Vancouver. They're friggin' stuck in the snow, man. This is where your bags are not making it on the flight. I don't even know if these planes can take off. Look at how much snow they have. These guys are legit gonna be taxing while they melt the snow, and I'm glad I'm not flying out of Vancouver anytime soon. If you're wondering where your luggage is at, YVR, second picture blue. Man, Vancouver's shut down. That is one last video here. Where's that gone? This is Bay Brampton. That's a Mattamy house right there. This guy, so that van dropped this guy off. This guy thought his truck is safe, has it nice and buried within deep in the driveway, has cars in front of it. It's an SUV in front of it, man, like a friggin' lightweight SUV. Ain't stopping this guy from jacking the truck. This thing's in park too, man. Like, don't these cars have to be dropped off in mint condition? This guy's messing up. I wonder how noisy this was. Look, this car's ready to go. They're like, yo, yo, hurry up, hurry up. Guy in the Lincoln just sitting here. He's revving, he's revving. He's like, all right, clear, clear, clear. Boom. Full sends this shit. This must have been making mad noise. Gets it out. Backs up. Got enough space. Books it. Imagine this guy blocked his friggin' Lincoln buddy and now he can't leave. Lincoln books it too. Cheers. Man, the car theft problem here is wild right now. Fucked. Makes me not want to buy a car. Not like I can actually afford one right now, but that's fucked. I legit thought there's no way this guy's gonna be able to. That car moved so easy. Like he just pushed that shit out of the way. Didn't even put it in neutral. Walked up, man. Whew. Everyone getting their whip stolen. Yo, insurance must. And then we wonder why our insurance rates are so high. How do you know? It's kind of wild. What you gonna do there, though? Wait, what can you do? Like, these guys are legit exploiting like technical bugs in the cars to steal them now. And it's not like car thievery is old or new. It's just that, and it seems like so easy to stop it. You just start searching the containers. Like clearly someone at the docks is in on it. Yeah, like they're putting them on docks and they're just like floating them out. Clearly customs is dropping the ball somewhere, no? Like it's all it's the weirdest thing. It's like why I've seen The Wire. I know how they're supposed to crack down on it. I've seen those Boston mob movies. It shouldn't be that hard. This is just a wild world we live in, man. But the fact that they're getting so blatant, like that guy, that was a hard car theft. Like I thought like when you're stealing a car, you want the easiest cars you can get. These guys are legit friggin' taking whatever they can.